Hello, welcome to the Chit Chat Knits podcast. My name is Darcy and I'm the maker at Chit Chat Knits, and I'm so glad to be sitting down chatting with you today. It is almost fall. I'm feeling it in the air. This morning out for my walk, it was cool and dry air and it was gorgeous out. So that gets me ready for fall time knitting. I hope you are too. I have some finished objects today. I have knit-alongs to talk about. I have an almost finish and new projects that I want to show you. So let's get started. First of all, I need to stop and remind you that if you like what you see today, would you please hit the subscribe button, the like, and subscribe to this podcast. We are growing, but I'd like to grow a little faster, so I'd love to have you be a subscriber if you like what you see. So anyway, let's get started. So I have a question for you, and I do thank everyone who leaves comments. The first question today is, what is your favorite season? As I said, it's almost fall, and some people love fall and fall knitting. And this question was proposed recently, and I can't really say that I have a favorite season. I love summer. I love to be outside. I love winter. I love winter sports, downhill skiing, even winter mountain biking. And now we go to Florida in the winter, so for part of the winter, so I get summer in the winter too. And the fall, as things change and the fall leaves, I love that. Fall mountain biking is fantastic. Probably spring would be my least, just because spring takes a long time to come here in Wisconsin. It can be pretty wet and you can't really get outside for sports very much. So that's probably my least, but I'd love to hear. Here's my answer. If I had to answer that question, I would say my favorite season is knitting season, which is all the time for me. So anyway, silly answer to a question, but I'd love to hear what your favorite season is. Today, I have another hat that I'd like to show you. The last episode, I showed you a little hat that I knit up with some fun stitch design, and I did knit up a second one in this Toad Hollow DK yarn. The color, I'm not even going to say the color because it's part of their French collection and I don't know. But anyway, if you want to know, I'll email me and I'll send you. Anyway, here's the hat. And I'll show you close up that it has a really fun little stitch design. Now this one, I did 5 rounds of just plain knitting, then started my ribbing. And I like that because it gives it just that little, it'll roll up. If it's just plain knit stitches around, it will roll. So I like that little edge on there. And then I went 2.5 inches, I think it was 2.5 inches, and then started in on the pattern. And I tend to make a little bit longer ribbing. Sometimes I even like to do a long ribbing so that it can double up, to double over the ears. Because I don't like hats that pull up on the ears. I like to walk in the winter. It's chilly, even in the fall, and I hate it when my ears get cold. Maybe it's because of wearing long hair. They pull up. I don't know. But anyway, here is the pattern. Can you see? It's got circles. It's a really simple pattern. It has a pretty crown decrease. It's simple but pretty. And let's see, I think last time I asked for your suggestions for names for this hat, and there were several. Galactica hat. Thanks, Margie. And I had also thought of Orb, O-R-B, but I love this one. I think this is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to call it the Bounce Hat, because they're kind of like rubber balls bouncing on there. Can you see them? So I think we're going to go with Bounce. I just need to finish writing this up, and it will go out to testers, and it'll be a new hat pattern. Simple, fun, maybe not the warmest hat because it's made out of DK, but easy to wear. Easy to knit, easy to wear. So I'll let you know when that one is out. I hope you like it. This brings me to, I asked on the last podcast about knit-alongs. Last year, we did the Warm Ears Mal, and we had quite a few people who participated, and the comments were that you really would like to do it again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Warm Ears Mal make along. So knit, crochet, whatever works for you, and knit or make a hat, headband, whatever works. And I had some thoughts about this, and I will mostly be hosting this in my Ravelry group, but also I'll put a hashtag on Instagram as well. This year we're going to start a little earlier. We're going to start September 16th. So today is September 4th. And so you will have time to get your ideas together, and we'll start on the 16th. So that is a week and a half away. I'm going to put a thread up in my Ravelry group so you can start showing your patterns and ideas. And then I won't put a finished object thread up until the 16th because we want to, I'm not going to be a stickler for timing, but we'll just start with finished objects on the 16th. Now, I was thinking, I think last year I did a double. If you used a Chit Chat Knits pattern, you could post your finished object twice, and that would be 2 entries because I want to give away prizes. I'm going to collect some prizes and give them away. Oh, there goes my wash machine finishing. If you just heard the buzzer, it's a wash machine. Sorry. But this year, okay, let's do this. If you knit a hat for charity, then please post it twice. We'll do double entries for charity knitting, okay? Let's do some kindness. Can we do some kindness? We're going to talk about that at the end. Please stay till the end because I want to talk about kindness today. All right, so Warm Ears Mal coming. Get ready because we're going to do it. And I do have a prize that's already been donated. Thank you to Melissa of Bella Fio. She has donated this gorgeous fall skein of yarn. Thank you so much, Melissa. You are just a rock star. You are amazing. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? One prize already. I'm going to put that aside. It's ready for prizes. Okay, so get ready. Let's make hats. Now, let's talk about other make-alongs coming because I am super excited. I believe I talked last time about participating in the Pigin Party. This is hosted by Down Cellar Studios, and it is just a really fun make-along. It goes from tomorrow, September 5th, all the way until February 10th. Lots of time to make for this. There are, I'm going to link another video down below of all the details from Down Cellar Studio. Rather than me telling you about it, I'm going to put that down below. She has an audio podcast, but she also created a YouTube video that gives all the details, and it would be far better for her to tell you about it than me. But basically, you're put on a team, and when you finish projects, you submit a Google form, and you get points for your team, for yourself and your team, based on the yardage that you used. So I have my projects. If you saw my table down here, I have all my projects. I'm ready to go. Well, I have to find some yarn, but I have projects laid out, and I'm excited to get going on them. So let me tell you about my projects. The first one is called, I'm going to get it right, Sign of Success Sweater. And I have a little picture of the sweater that I'm going to put in here. This is for my niece, Carly, and I love Carly. She is the sweetest girl. I just love her. She's actually my nephew's girlfriend, but I will consider her my niece. And because I always tell him, I love you, but I love Carly more. I know that's not very nice, but he knows I'm teasing. Anyway, I am making Carly the Sign of Success sweater. She picked this pattern. I don't generally knit sweaters for other people, but that tells you how much I love Carly. So I am going to knit her this sweater, and she got the yarn. She picked out the yarn. So here, the main body is this Nordic Star Yarns pink, and this is called Find a Yarn You Love to Love. Then you'll see on the pictures, there's a color work section with words. So we'll be doing, oh wait, that's not the color name. This one is called Believe. Sorry, Believe. This one is called Ron Burgundy. You can see it. It's not quite as dark as it's almost as dark as it's showing there. The details in the color work will be in this. And then the background of the color work will be in this one that's called Plain Jane. So these three. Sort of a Pepto-Bismol pink with some accents. I am going to cast that on tomorrow morning. Now, my idea, if this works, my idea is to do a provisional cast on, do the color work band. So I will need to do front and back, and then I'll need to seam that on the sides. I suppose I could do it in the round, but I think now I'm rethinking that, because the color work might be easier to do in the round. So I might end up doing that, but I'm going to end up doing intarsia because I'm not going to be able to carry my threads that far. I will be rethinking that by tomorrow morning. Anyway, so I'm going to start with doing that band. And then and I will be working that up. Then I'm going to take out my provisional cast on and work the body down. And then take my live stitches that I leave at the top and knit the rest of the sweater up. This is an old pattern. You can see by the pictures, it's an old pattern. So it is done in pieces. And I just think I would like to do it in the round rather than in pieces. So I've thought about this, and I still might be changing my mind, but this is my plan for now. Then once I get done up, I will just knit up the front, knit up the back, seam the shoulders, then pick up my sleeves and do the neckband. That's the idea. This is going to be a think it through and figure out as I go. Because this is an old pattern, it is written with not a lot of details. Patterns today give us many more detailed instructions. So that's why I'm going to be figuring this all out. Cross your fingers for me that it goes well. But I have a plan, and I'm going to see if it works. Project 2 that I want to start for Pigin Party, I have swatched. This is a crochet project. And again, I'm going to put the picture up here. This is called the Hooded Patchwork Squares Cardi. Hooded Patchwork Squares Cardi. And this is a pattern I purchased on Annie's Crafts, I think it's called. I just thought I needed practice with crochet. So I actually purchased the actual yarn that the pattern is in. It's Red Heart Roll With It Melange, and I've been doing the colorway Showtime. I think it's really pretty, isn't it? My granddaughter, I was making some swatches when I was taking care of my grandkids last week. And my granddaughter, who just turned 3, said, I want a sweater too. So we'll see. But I'll probably make her a little sweater out of this yarn too. But anyway, I started making the blocks. And here's the first one. Not making the blocks, but just doing the gauge swatch, because the official start I will do tomorrow. So I did this one. This is block number 1. This is block number 2. Block number 3 I'm struggling with. So I'm going to meet with a friend of mine who's an excellent crocheter, and hopefully she can help me out with that. And I want to make the small medium size, and my blocks with the actual yarn and that called for a size 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Mine are 1/2 inch too big for the small medium. And I thought about just then making the large extra large, but I really think it's going to be bigger than I want it to be. So then yesterday I made this one using a size 5 millimeter H hook, and I like the way it's right on 5 inches. And when I actually blocked these, and they came out the same. It's acrylic. So I think I'm going to go with the 5 millimeter US size H hook. This will be another challenge because I'm not a great crocheter. And I know I'll need help. And I will be seaming, which is not my favorite, but I can do it. So I will be seaming these squares together. But isn't that a cool block? I really like that. I can do this. I think the yarn's really pretty. It was not expensive. It's 150 grams skeins. Let's see. How many yards are in that? It is 150 grams, 389 yards. So those are pretty big. It's about a DK weight. So that. We'll be starting those blocks tomorrow. Also, in the pattern, you'll see that the sleeves are the blocks as well. The hood is just, it's not blocks. It's just crocheted on. I don't know, double crochets or something. I don't know. But I think because I'm more of a knitter, I'm actually going to knit on the sleeves and perhaps knit on the hood. The sleeves, when you do them with the blocks, that makes a pretty big sleeve circumference. And then it has a big tuck in it. And I don't think I want all that bulk. So I think I'm gonna knit the sleeves on. I hope I haven't given away too much because this is a paid for pattern. But just to say that my thought is I'm gonna try knitting the sleeves. I'll just pick up stitches and decrease down to the cuff. And then, you know, do a rib cuff. And then the front bands, I'll also knit just because I'm more comfortable with that. See how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, so that's project 1, project 2, project 3. I want to make some fingerless mitts. I picked up this yarn, and let me tell you about this. This is, I just picked it up at a little bookshop. It's a bookstore yarn shop in Spooner, Wisconsin. And I was just there with family. We were at a family cabin weekend. And this yarn, it's Malabrigo Caprino. Now, I had no intention of buying yarn that day. I know, you're shocked. But I picked up, these are just 50-gram skeins. I picked this up. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just, here, can you feel it? I wish I could hand it to you to feel, because it is incredibly soft. It is, I wrote it down there, but I'll try to read it here. DK weight, 164 yards in 50 grams. And it is 80% super fine merino and 20% cashmere. A luxury little pair of fingerless mitts. This will be a Christmas gift, and this will be a gift. So I just think, oh, what are the colors? This one is Moon Trio Full, number 697. You know, Malabrigo always has a number and a name. And this one is 717 Galaxy. I just thought they were so pretty, that little speckle and, oh, the softness. Just lovely. Project 3, fingerless mitts. You know, they're quick. I love making fingerless mitts. They're such a quick project. Project number 4, because we can't just do one at a time. We need to do 4 at a time, right? I know some of you do one project at a time, and I wish I was that way, but I can't. I had to do 4, and I'll be doing a design for fingerless mitts, so that'll probably turn into a pattern. Number 4 are I'm going to make another pair of these socks, and I'm going to finish this pattern because I know when I showed them before, a lot of you said, I want that pattern, so I will get that done. They are really cute. This one will be a Christmas gift. But for the Pigskin Party, there are sponsors who do exclusive items for the party, and you do get extra points for using an exclusive item. Well, my dear friend Melissa Bellafio did this yarn. Look at this. And I just had to have it. This is called Sail Away, and it is an exclusive item for Pigskin Party, but you can get it. And it's her simple sock fingering, 75% merino wool, 25% nylon, 437 yards in 100 grams. Anyway, I want to do these socks in this yarn. I might not, this was her flamingo kit from one of her monthly subscription boxes. I kind of think I'm just going to do them all in this and not do the contrasts. Just do all this yarn in this pattern. And while I knit it, I'll finish writing it and we'll get it out to testers, and we'll get that done. This, did you see this sock has just one going down the leg, down the foot? I think that's pretty. All right, 4 projects, new projects to cast on. You know, it's a new season, fall. Let's knit. Let's knit and crochet and just start some new things and have some fun. Exciting for me. Now, I also told you about the Better Than Fiction shawl that is coming with a make-along. So this pattern will be listed soon on Ravelry, sometime in September, in the next couple weeks. And then we're planning the knit-along to begin October 1st. So I just want to keep reminding you that this is coming, and I will also be telling you about it on Instagram. So please follow me on Instagram for all the details coming soon. And I'll keep reminding you here. It's really a cool shawl. You're gonna love it. And it will be a mystery, so plan on it. Also, Up North Yarns is doing some kits, so you will be able to get a kit for it as well. Okay, up and coming. All right, so I also wanted to take a few minutes today at the end here to talk about kindness. And I'm never going to talk politics on here, but I am going to say that there's a lot of unkind talking going on nowadays as we approach an election. When I taught 3rd grade, I always did a kindness project with my students. And what I had it was kind of a wire wreath form thing, that I just bought at a craft store. And I cut up lots and lots of pieces of ribbon. And so how this worked was, it was a kindness wreath. So I would give students a piece of ribbon to add to the wreath that they could tie onto the wreath if they came to me and told me about a kindness that someone had done for them. I think I would give the person who did the kind act and also the person who told me about the kind act. They each got a piece of ribbon. They could go tie it onto the wreath. The wreath was hanging on the wall. And then we would watch these ribbons become a beautiful wreath decoration in our classroom. And they were all different colors of ribbon, little pieces, 4-inch long pieces of ribbon. So as we went along, this wreath got more and more colorful and more full, and it reminded me of the beautiful acts of kindness that my students did for each other. You couldn't just come and say, I let somebody have my place in line. No, the person who the kind act was done to had to come up and tell me about the kind act. And so I wanted to tell you about the kind act that my friend Katie has done for me many, many times this summer. You see beautiful flowers here often on my podcasts, and those come from my friend Katie because she knows how much I love flowers. So she surprises me so often with these beautiful bouquets of flowers. I was taking care of my grandkids last week, and I came home on Saturday to beautiful flowers that she had brought over and arranged on my table so that when I got home, I had gorgeous flowers. So I would love to hear from you about kind acts that someone has done for you. I would love to share your stories here because, as I said, there's a lot of not so kind stories out there on YouTube right now. And I would love to hear of the kindnesses that others have done for you. So would you please, you can leave it in a comment, leave your story. You can email me, and so that I may share these kindness, acts of kindness stories here on my little place here on the internet. I hope you'll take a minute and do that. All right. Please tell me about your favorite season. I'd love to hear your kindness stories, and I just love to hear what you're working on. Are you participating in any knit-alongs? I hope you'll make a plan to join us for the Warm Ears Mal. And I wish you all happy making until I see you next time. Bye for now.